What is going on? The segment of Some Fit. Checking with you guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. So it's gonna be a full day of eating. Going to be a full day of eating. At the time of this recording, we are currently 4 weeks and some changing, about 4 weeks and 4 days out from competing at WNBF Bodybuilding Worlds. I just finished competing in a marathon about 3 weeks ago, so we're just jumping onto this kamikaze mission. Aggressive cut. I've already released a couple of videos by the time you're watching this video, just to cover the training piece. So I figured I'd put a video together for you guys just to cover what my current nutrition is looking like on this kamikaze mission. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you give this video a like already, because it's going to be very informative. I'm going to be sharing the tips, how I manage my macros, especially when you see how low these macros are. And if you're new to the channel and you're just seeing this video for the first time, subscribe and tag along. I promise you, you won't regret it. Alrighty, we are currently weighing 209 pounds. The weight has not really moved that much all week, but I know I get a lot of questions on Instagram a lot of times when I post my daily weighing on the scale, and I get a question like, hey, what kind of scale are you using? So the scale I'm using is going to be the Fit Track scale, and actually partner up with them to get a partner with them to become an affiliate finally, and now I have a discount code. So if you're looking for a reliable scale that not only give you your weight, but gives you a lot of data, BMI, bone density, lean tissue mass. Of course, you gotta take it with a grain of salt because it's not 100% accurate, but again, you can find a way to standardize this. And if you are interested in snagging one, you can use my code SAMOKFIT, and that will save you 10% on your purchase. Macros that we are going to be trying to hit today is 260 grams of protein. We're going to be 60 grams of fat and 80 grams of carbs. That is a very low for a 209-pound dude. Goal to step on stage in 4 weeks is going to be about 205, and I aim right before peak week to get about 200 or so. So that's why it's a little bit more aggressive. And by the way, these are my macros. I'm not saying you should copy that if you want to, lose a certain weight, because we are individual. We are not the same. And again, I tell my clients, when the clients see me post like my current macros on social media, and like, hey, do as I say, not do as I do. I am different. Again, this is my 20+ show bodybuilding that I've been doing. I've been competing for the last 15-20+ years or so. So I've acquired a lot of skills that allow me to be able to finesse this. Also, I'm a fitness coach, so I can understand, where my, intestinal fortitude is, what can I handle, what can I handle. So I'm telling you these macros, these are my macros. You shouldn't copy that, because I'm very weary a lot of times to share macros with on social media, because I don't want you to take that, oh, you're 209 pounds, you want to get to 203 pounds, so I should use the same macros. No, you should not. So another massive change that I've made is, normally at this part of this video, you probably see some sort of coffee B-roll, because I normally have coffee the first thing in the morning. But one thing I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to delay my coffee a little bit. The first thing I'm doing when I get up in the morning is I make sure I get a nice glass of water to get my body started. No, I'm not going to go out and stare in the sun like Ed Huberman, because that life, I don't have that kind of time, to be honest with you. But at least the caffeine part, I want to delay that a little bit and actually get it in where my body will be ready for it. You only add a cup of water, but we are going to be having a cup of coffee later. And let me take you through what my quick supplement stack for the day is going to be looking like. All right, so this is the current stack, and disclaimer, unfortunately, I am not with BPN anymore. But again, anytime I tell you guys about a supplement that I take the supplement not because they pay me. I take the supplement because I truly like it. I still like BPN as a product, but unfortunately, I'm not with BPN anymore. But this is the current stack that I'm doing. I'm still taking the strong joints, omega, strong reds, greens, monohydrates, and I'm throwing some zinc in there. So these are the stack that I'm using. And can you let me know in the comments, what supplement company are you guys with right now? Because of course, I'm always looking to partner with supplement companies that make good products. Product is efficiently dosed. I would love to partner with them. So let me know in the comments. Maybe you might see one of your favorite supplements on the screen. All right, so getting ready to make my first meal here. So what we have here is 2 large eggs and 5 egg whites. And also what you see there that's red, that is going to be the pepperoni. So I go with the 70% less fat pepperoni, and the macros on here is 70 calories per serving, 4 grams of fats, 0 carbs, and 9 grams of protein. I cut them into pieces, 1 serving. I add some seasoning. So what we have seasoning wise is gonna be pink Himalayan sea salt, some onion powder, some rubbed sage, and some black pepper. So I'm gonna mix that in here. And no, we are not going to throw that on a fryer. We are going to be throwing that on the good old trusty air fryer right here. Air fryer, I have it set onto 18 minutes, about 380 degrees, and I have that right here, and I'm just gonna slide that in. You're gonna press the air fry, and we're gonna kick start, and I'll see you guys when it's done. This is what it looks like, and it looks amazing. I got some Rooster Booster, some sriracha dripped on that, and we have 100 grams of blueberries right there. And I'll put the macros on the screen, but this is super easy to make. Like I guess just saw, literally 2 ingredients mixed together, put in a bowl or whatever oven safe dish is, put it in your air fryer, just literally plug it and go and keep getting ready. And once it's done, it looks like this. So I'm about to have this, enjoy this. I'll go do some work real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys what the next meal is looking like. So it is a few hours later. Now we are getting ready to go to the gym. Yes, I am gonna be working out on just the meal that you guys saw earlier. It'd be like that sometimes, just because, again, the strategy that I'm using right now is the strategy of trying to, it's not really intermittent fasting, so to speak. So one of the techniques that you guys can use if you are in a fat loss phase, and if you find yourself maybe like you are hungrier later than usual, is kind of just to delay your feeding time a little bit. So if you normally maybe get hungrier later in the day, because that's when you kind of just calm down, you want to push a lot of calories towards the day. And if you normally get, you know, hungrier early in the day, you want to switch that calories up throughout the day. So for me, because I work in a computer and I'm really focused and trying to get some work done, I'm really not hungry because my mind is not really focused on food. My mind is focused on other things. So that's just a quick tip and strategy that you guys can use. So again, like I said, of course, like I said, I'm not with BPN anymore, but I'm still using their products because I love the products. We got some Flight in there, and we got 5 grams of creatine. And in the previous video, I told you I'm experimenting with like higher creatine intake. So right now I'm down. And on top of that, I am heavily using a lot of electrolytes. Like I said in the previous video, like the training video that I mentioned, electrolytes is a game changer. Electrolytes not meant for runners alone. If you're strength training athlete, you're not really getting like a lot of good pumps in the gym, you want to give electrolytes a try. Just make sure that's not a gap that you are missing in your game. I'm about to sip this, head on to the gym. We got legs on deck, hamstring focus, 16 grams of carbs in us, and we're about to make this shit happen regardless. In case you are liking the hoodie, this is the new design that's coming out from the Fit collab with the nice Fit brand here, and the design on the back. I'm not sure when it's dropping yet, but it's gonna be dropping soon. And then when it drops, I'm gonna let you guys know. So we only come in with 2 hoodie colorways. This is the cream, critical, cream tide, I'm not sure the name we're gonna call it. Next color is gonna be the gray asphalt. So yeah, nice and comfy, quality, of course. Now let's go crush some legs. Got from the gym, and we're about to have a second meal, which is going to be a post-workout meal. So what I've been doing is I love the Fire Greek yogurt right here. It's very macro friendly. So serving on here is going to be 0 fat, 5 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of protein. So if you're trying to get a lot of good protein in and you're looking for ways to get that in, this is a very good source. And of course, Greek yogurt might just be tasting funny for a lot of people. So what I do is I had my favorite flavor of protein in it, a limited edition BPN pumpkin spice into this. The beauty of this is it's very thick, and it is very filling. Look at that. I'm gonna have this real quick, then I'm gonna show you meal number 3. Okay, so this is gonna be the 3rd meal. So right now we have a big giant bowl of salad here, spring mix, about 130 grams. And we also have I like to shred some of this turkey lunch meat, about 6 ounces in here. And instead of using ranch, yes, I can use ranch if I want to, but because at this point we wanna spare all the calories that we can spare. So I mean, a serving on this A serving of this is about 130 calories, so you're looking at 13 grams of fats per serving, 1 gram of carbs, and 0 protein. But instead of that, you can sub for something like Boat Owl's classic ranch. So 50 calories per serving on here, and you're looking at 3.5 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of protein. So if you're out there and you're struggling on a weight loss, one of the biggest challenges that typically happens for a lot of people is the lack of awareness. This is not an insult, it's just the reality. The more aware of the food that you're consuming, the better you can understand looking for, like, okay, maybe I don't want to eat that, or if I do want to eat that, I want to eat a certain amount of it. How many times have you gone to a restaurant and you go, like, hey, what kind of dressing do you want to say? Oh yeah, can I just get ranch? And it just like douse that thing with a bunch of ranch. Obviously, definitely not one serving. So what you can do is, obviously, yes, you can still have your ranch, like I said, but I'm just gonna use it in the more of a lower quantity. Might be time consuming for a lot of people, but it's worth the investment of you just not racking your brain, because the more you do it, the more it becomes a second habit or second nature. I've been doing this for years now. I can just look at food and have an understanding of how many calories it is, how many calories it's in that food. So no, I did not all of a sudden just like, have this magical ability to be able to look at food and be able to understand or track my macros and have an adjustment. It took some time. I invested some time into understanding the process, and now I'm at the point where I don't really have to think about it too much because it has become a second habit. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this into the salad, and I'm gonna knock this out, and I'm gonna carry on with my day, and I'm gonna show you meal number 4. So we have the fourth meal of the day. So what you have here, it's gonna be the black pepper bourbon sirloin steak tips from Target. You can buy them in packs. And again, because my fats is relatively high right now, that's why I'm leaning towards more of a fattier meat sources, like as you guys are gonna see in the last meal of the day. And then next to that is gonna be butternut squash here. So butternut squash, you've never had before, I think you should. This is the packet. I get this from Aldi, which is a grocery chain store here. This is about 98 cents per pack, the Simply Nature brand. It's frozen for about 15 minutes. Halfway through, then I throw some sea salt, some onion powder, some garlic, some pepper in there, and that's how you come to have something like this. Almost tastes like sweet potato. So the best part is it is extremely lower in carbs compared to sweet potato. So the macros on here for serving is 12 grams of carbs per serving, 0 fats of course, and 1 gram of protein. I have the whole bag here, which comes down to, when it's finished roasted, it comes down to 130 grams. It's also kind of sweet, so I paired that with a steak, and we throw a little rooster booster on top of that, and I look forward to this meal. That's one of the benefits of having like a fattier macronutrients in this digging phase. I'm about to enjoy that, and I'm going to show you guys what the last meal of the day looks like. All right, so the last meal of the day is going to be some salmon burger with some carrots. So I have 2 salmon burger patties here, and again, because our fats are relatively high, that's why I'm using a little more fattier protein sources, and we have some baby carrots here also. And one thing I like to do, especially, this is a hack for you if you are very find yourself like starving or hungry at the end of the night. Obviously this have a lot of calories in it, and I like to have some kosher baby dill pickles. Again, because these are 0 calories, just like empty calories, but just enough to kind of just like fill you up for the night before you go to bed. And I like to pair that with this after I have a meal. Again, having a little bit of fattier source of protein. Even though you don't have a high protein source, having a fattier protein source before you go to bed can keep you a little more satiated, especially when it's paired with protein. And in case you're looking for something like similar to this, I mean, this is what I have. I bought this from Target. This is the Alaskan salmon burger, and the macros on here is 9 grams of fats, 2 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein per serving. Again, it's easy, friendly. All I grab it, put in the air fryer for about 7 to 8 minutes, and it came out like that. I'm gonna put some booster on top, and that's gonna be the last meal of the day. So that is gonna be a full day of eating for you guys. And again, if you learn anything, if you learn anything from this full day of eating, is simplicity. Keep your meal simple. Oftentimes people are in the fat loss space trying to do our specialty meals that have 6-7 different ingredients for the sake of trying to have a tasty meal. Oftentimes, one, it's harder for you to keep doing that on a consistent basis, just putting yourself in a position where each meal is going to be a chore, and you don't really have the energy to keep that momentum going. So make meals a lot simpler for yourself. All these meals I'm eating, I can eat this for the rest of the year if I have to. Of course, the volume is going to be changing. I'm transitioning from a caloric deficit to a caloric maintenance or caloric surplus. I'll eat the exact same thing, just in a higher volume. Of course, I can make some adjustments, some fruit choices. Like in the morning, instead of blueberries, I'm gonna switch to like apples or banana if my
goal is to have like a higher carb source. With the eggs, for instance, this morning, I could even take the fruit out or have the fruit and throw like a bagel on top of that. So all these meals are the meals I normally would eat any time of the day, whatever the goal is. Could be fat loss, could be maintenance, could be caloric surplus. I can eat all those meals. So pro tip for you guys, the biggest advice I can give for you guys if you're on fat loss phases, find food that can definitely keep you satiated. Obviously, some of your favorite foods, cake or pie or whatever that have a higher calorie dense food, options might not be the best for you, but just find that small meal that you can, you know, repeat over time. And the preparation to have those meals ready is not going to be too much tasking for you. So that's the video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give this video a like, give this video a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends that might be interested, because we're trying to grow this channel, and I can only grow this channel because you guys are watching this videos for myself. I'm making these videos for you guys. So we are currently, at the time of this recording this video, like I said, we are currently 4 weeks and a few changes out. If you guys like this video and there's any other type of video nutrition wise I'm going to cover, put that in the comment for you guys, and as always, I would love to make that video for you guys. Signing off, Simon Fit, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.